iDiskiTV powered by World Sports Betting. Orlando Pirates 1, Amazulu 0. DStv Premiership, Nedbank Cup last 32. Repetition. Kudala ndiyeza lento. Imagine abantu abadla ngokuthi thoughts please for 20 consecutive years. How must it feel like? It's like you will say thoughts please even when you are asleep. Now I'm getting iDiskiTV powered with my daughter. I'm like, yo, iDiskiTV powered by World Sports Betting. Here's my fake radio voice. Controversial start to the game. Not necessarily start, but let's start there to that controversial moment. Why did the referee blow his whistle? What did you make of the whole thing?
Yeah, credit to viewership, Kolego.
Yes, sir.
Very controversial because of manje. The situation we were improving because of after the whistle went to Bonomulenga Bambi. So we all thought it maybe has blown for a penalty, but naye very indecisive. If ever you are indecisive about the decision, maybe consult maybe an linesman or maybe give an indirect free kick or something. Because of manje you.
It could have been two things.
Yes, Amazulu were still in control of the ball. But Umulenga ipola begasalpete still. So you decide to blow. So if you decide to blow, man, it means we play according to the whistle. So he whistle my blow. It means okay, iman bafit. But so Umulenga stood wabambi pola ngoba he had the whistle blowing. So referee going to that situation, my agasa. Seka indecisive my party has blown, so asazi ukuthi bekadlala ngempempa ibeke emlonyeni uyafuta. So
I just want to clarify something. It could have been two things there. That if he thinks he made a mistake, it could have been that he thinks it's outside the box or inside the box, one way or the other. But when then he restarts the game, you either restart it as a penalty or you restart it as a free kick. It would have been it would have been a mistake still, a bad decision, but you are acknowledging the fact that you saw a hand and you blew the whistle.
Yeah, because of rightfully so. Because of sometimes as much as they'll refer us to the rule book again, the rule says player maliwa, then kuna leyo situation they can of given a penalty or obvious party. Well, on that situation, he blew the whistle. So manje by him blowing the whistle, now it creates a confusion because of a player is still in usapete position. So he could have maybe went on, maybe tried to tie something a little polar because of manje urivraga blowing. So partly if you blow as a referee, it means you are stopping the action. So him stopping the action now, it created a speculation and a controversy.
I think you mentioned something important as well, and I love that you pick up on that because I've already received like a pile on a lot of messages from people saying they were quoting rule. You know, evil people will find a way to justify evil. They were quoting a rule book, and you mentioned something important there. There was a whistle blown there.
There was a whistle.
Why are you blowing the whistle?
Why are you blowing the whistle?
If whatever the interpretation of the rules are, you are acknowledging, and I think 90 or 95% of the country, besides who which team they follow, they saw that, they saw an arm and they saw a handball and they saw a penalty there.
For sure. Because we playing according to the whistle. So the referee, we must. So whenever he blows, it means we stop and listen to him and follow a leader. So it's a game governed by the rules. If the referee blows, then it means he calls for a certain action. So which was his action? I know referee blow. It's a foul. It's our advantage. It's a foul. Maybe it's going to be a penalty or indirect. So he decided to no, I'm not giving a penalty. I'm giving a drop ball, which is something strange. It's not understand how did he come to that conclusion? He gives a drop ball. But even no consultant, no linesman, go and consult with the linesman. Maybe at least maybe make a decision. From one by two, whereby at least you will say, okay, I consulted with the linesman. So now we want to know he packed with boxing. Then therefore award maybe something a penalty because of it was still advantage.
The strange thing is that. It's almost as if there was a refusal to consult because he stood in no man's land. We thought he's going to go eventually to the linesman. Instead, it was the players that kept on wanting a validation from a linesman. But he stood in no man's land. And that's why I harp on this point of experience. When we have a problem with Victor Combs, when we have a problem with Victor Tlungwane, do not fire him, do not suspend him, train him.
Yes.
Even if for the next 7 days you're not booking him for matches, train him. Take him somewhere, take him to a center as Usafa and train him. Show him videos of his mistakes. Because when you suspend him, the referees do not fall from the sky. Sure. You're going to take from the lower leagues. And when you take from the lower leagues, eventually, exactly, because now the lower league in a problem, The ABC Musape League is notorious for their problems. The Glad Africa Championship is not on TV, so they are notorious from their problems. That is not the same thing as saying we cannot graduate from APC, Glad Africa to PSL eventually, but you cannot have a drain. We keep on losing experienced referees, and that's why we saw the things that we see here. Just onto the game as well. There was a lot of observation inside here as we were talking about Upeni Makata. Just look at his tactics. What is your observation on his coaching, generally speaking, and today here?
I feel good. Upeni, I think his approach mainly, especially with my players, with team coach, is about also getting to the. He's more worried about getting to illustrated and making sure that my strikers they get a service that they require. Because he was a striker as well, so the mentality now I feel with Iganjalo. So he brings in a way of aggression. We need to get the ball there. So, but then again, you look at ama tactics now you check ama players anawo ukuthi does it really suit ama players anawo ngoba you check at ama players afana uNtuli uMulenga uMemela. So even the approach namhlanje uMemela, the only time Amazulu beyibangcono when Memela started drifting inside, so it meant uMemela maybe bekaba as number 10 supporting uNtuli ngoba once you pass a 30-meter pass, especially to a striker, you've got a big boy like Untuli, Umulenga naye, he was playing mainly as a winger, but of now he had also to do a tracking down as well. So manje, all the time you get the ball to your striker, but there's no support. Then it means you are telling Untuli ukuthi kumele albambe azamukutena into something, so which becomes a difficult. All the time he finds himself outnumbered. So already he's outnumbered in terms of maybe but he's not a skillful player that much. So it comes with also an understanding. You need to understand the strengths of my players. But you know, Untuli Magalapaya, you won 10 or maybe create maybe a half chance into equal. He can't turn his men. So you check also in the second half Magabuya, the instruction was clear. Let's get the ball into the box. But of now we know with Pirates they always struggling on high balls and crosses and stuff. So they started pumping on my ball and Jalo getting to, but all the time there's no one supporting a striker who was coming close to a striker. So you check it Pirates na corner Pirates. I still feel with the Pirates we need to make peace ngade way badlala ngakhona and tell ourselves maybe these are the tactics abazamukwa deploy this season, how they play because of manje. You check at a style of play sabo, it's not the style of play that we normally accustomed to. It's a style of play ukuthi manje shinjile altogether. So a new tactics maybe coach is trying to deploy new tactics azam understand ukuthi maybe he's trying to deploy my tactics amasha, not the old way of Pirates the way see as ngakhona. So back to Upeni, I still feel good. Also losing maybe certain key players, especially a player for now. Was saying middle field be overpower immediate field Pirates of the number Pirates be na middle lane. So Pirates Lodge came middle lane Unsako middle lane kuno Munare kuno Musele. So it means now you've got about maybe 4 players central position against maybe 2 players of Makaula. Then okay, 3 players. You've got Makaula, you've got Usise, you've got Buchanan. So official Buchanan is not much of a grinder. So now it left them with a situation with by overpower middle lane, so they couldn't play or even dominate the game. Hence the Pirates now dominate the game. But then again you look at a situation with the create now, because most of the time they were mainly diagonal balls. That is why we need to get ourselves accustomed to Pirates, the new way of Pirates maybe playing or tactics approaching our game. Uloch drifted inside, so he was the one ashala ama-diagonal passes. But of now, you ask yourself, if ever Lodge does that, who's supporting the play? And who's getting closer to our strikers as well? So who's supporting the diagonal play ball? It means now they are going to be outnumbered. So it means with Pirates, that is why the new way they absorb Nabo and hoping to leave those spaces and move and they'll attack those spaces and our wing backs and Hotto sometimes it suits him because he's a player in a power. That's why he's able to run into Lama position. So it became a bit of a problem again footy. They don't get attempts amaningi, especially ukungena ku last step of now they deploy situation with mele bangene ngama runs from deep without having that creative element yokungena.
Last one, Tapelo Kogi, last minute penalty.
Yeah, I felt ukuthi untate Mloyi umbonile awumboni untate Mloyi and a good one to Mponcha, and I felt ukuthi he had a good game because he was also responsible for cutting ama crosses vele la Amazulu decided they rely ngoba manje nale awuthi abayibhayile le Australia Ghana yeah so nayo you can see ukuthi he's a tall boy also now maybe his strength sakhe is heading. So now we have some good so untate Mloyi nje most of the time yowakhatha lawo macross lawo and ne penalty because of I felt ukuthi also it was a well save from Mponchane, but it was within his reach as well. And be closer to yena bengasina sekhoneni, so be closer to yena, so umpazisile uvulele enye side wamthumela khona lapha uxoki waya phaya kanti uyaxoki bazawuyibamba.
Tough luck.
Tough luck because of also I felt good in referee manje. He was trying to overcompensate, especially ngale blunder yenzile. He was trying to overcompensate because of also ne penalty there. He didn't see it.
I believe
reaction ama players Amazulu, then he felt for it ngoba akayibona nokuyibona ukuthi umbonetse ka blow because of he was also unsure. So he told himself ukuthi I man ngeke ngibancishe is2. So it became a situation would be overcompensate manje referee abapha nama-Africa unnecessary. So but good one, they march on to the last 16 Pirates. So hoping good maybe nakhona abacala bathole momentum, they'll get better maybe in a style of play sabo that they are trying to deploy this season. Maybe they'll get better, but it is what it is. Pirates won.
It is what it is. Bacho skr. It is what it is. It is iDiskiTV, iDiskiTimes, All Sports Betting. Thank you very much for watching us.